Today I'm going to be making a video basically describing 15 different tips that I want to discuss with everybody about wedding planning. I have been wedding planning since January and it is October now. My wedding is in May of next year. So I have about 7 months or so before my wedding, and I wanted to give you guys 15 tips because these are really crucial things. They're important to remember, and if you're doing wedding planning solely by yourself, like me, it's important to know. First and foremost, if you're gonna go on a honeymoon, use a travel agent. A lot of people don't know that you don't actually pay for a travel agent. The travel agent gets paid from the place that you choose to go. So the resort pays them for your services. So do not think that you have to worry about, like, if you've used a travel agent, that you have to pay for them, because you don't. And it makes your life so much easier because they know the best resorts. They can do everything for you. They will literally be like your servant for free. So I advise, if you're going to go on a honeymoon, use a travel agent. It doesn't hurt to go in and talk about it. It doesn't hurt to ask for prices. Tip two is to do things in advance the best that you can. You know, some people I know, they'll get engaged and they have a wedding extremely soon after that. And that's kind of a complicated situation, but if you have the time beforehand, pick a date first and foremost. Pick a date, because then you don't have to worry about that awkward, when is the wedding going to happen? Because when people do that, I know people that have been engaged for 5-6 years, and then one of them is thinking, when in the hell is this going to happen? And the other one's like, oh, isn't a worry on our mind. Well, I was happy to know that I was getting my date set so that I could plan towards that. So pick a date and then plan accordingly. This kind of ties in with tip 3, which is to list 3 things to accomplish each month. Doing this will make it way less stressful for you and will give you the opportunity to just aim for 3 different things each month to make sure you get done. And if you don't get them done, like I have some stuff that I didn't completely finish right away, I made like a planner and I made a list of everything I can think of. And if you think that you don't know if you have everything, just Google it. Just say things that need to be done before you get married. And there's little checklists online that break it down by month. And so then you'll write down what needs to happen in what month. And then when they are finished, just highlight them so you know they're done. I also did a financial checklist where I wrote down things I'm going to have to pay for, and then I highlighted when they were paid for or when they were handled. So now that we're done with the 3rd step, the 4th step and tip is to make lists. I'm telling you what, like, I know that I basically just said that, but seriously, the financial checklist has helped me so much so that I'm on top of what I have to pay for. The month-to-month list has helped so much because I know what I need to aim for. If you do a personal checklist, I've done all of these, by the way, so that's why I'm telling you it's so important. A personal checklist is something that you want done. This is the touches of the wedding that are important to you. So for me, I'm having my little brother be the ring bearer, and I know that he needs to get a little suit or a tux or something. So on my list, I included that needs to happen. Getting anything done, any flowers picked out, all the little stuff, even down to the decorations list. Making a list will be so helpful so you don't have to remember everything off the top of your head. So tip 5, do not listen to other people's opinions. A wedding is solely based for you and the person that you're with. This is an event you're creating for a day that you're celebrating the 2 of you together, and you have every single right to want to have it a certain way. So don't listen to people's opinions. I've had people that have called me and have tried to give me their criticism about stuff. And that's great, that's fine, but at the end of the day, it's your wedding, and you will do what you want with it. So don't listen to other people's opinions, and you can take their constructive criticism, with a grain of salt, but don't let it be the deciding factor of anything. That's all up to you. Number 6, it's okay to be selfish about your wedding because it's yours. You can choose the way you want things. This is all about you, like I said. If you didn't choose to have a wedding, the event wouldn't be happening. So at the end of the day, you can choose where you want your catering, who you want to photographer, to be the photographer for the wedding, what kind of dress you want, where you want to get married. It's not up to other people. That is yourself. So don't be afraid to be selfish. This is the only time, other than maybe birthdays, let's be honest, that it's okay to be selfish. It's your wedding. It's, for a lot of people, only happens once. Number 7, my recommendation for an online registries at all, do it online, but Amazon. I thought Amazon was a great choice because they have pretty much everything, and they have the option to where you can make an online website and then you can add whatever you want. You can cancel stuff. When people buy it, it will literally kind of screen out and shade out that thing and say like somebody bought this gift. And then for people that live far away and maybe cannot make it to your wedding but want to give you a gift, they'll buy the gift and it can be sent to your house. It's really convenient. It's a great way to go about it. And when I sent out my RSVPs and my bridal shower invite and all of that, I included the website. So it's just a link people have to go to. Most people have a computer or a phone that they can go online for, and that's where the registry is. People don't have to buy something off the registry. If they feel that they want to buy you something else, great. But that's just a way for them to get an idea of things that you want. Specific things. Number 8, I'm doing a thing at my wedding where I'm having no RSVPs. I'm saying this for people, shout out to the people that might be on like a budget. They're not necessarily super fortunate on the money side and they're not getting a whole lot of help. Don't have RSVPs for people that are bringing +1s, because when people bring a +1, it's gonna get out of hand. You're gonna have, if you invite 150 people and they all have a +1, you now have 300 people that you have to pay for all those things. Even though it seems heartless, and you'll get a lot of people with a lot of backlash saying, well, I don't wanna go alone or blah, blah. Well, you're not the only one going alone. Obviously, invite people that are married, include that person. Include somebody that has a person in their life they might be engaged to or they're very serious about. But I have had a few people I've invited to my wedding and their boyfriend or significant other, and then they've broken up. And so now I'm like, what do I do now? They cannot bring somebody else because I don't have enough seats or money for them. So just my advice to them, just don't let them have a +1. And if they want to bring somebody, tell them to come after dinner during the reception so they can just come dance and have a good time. Number 9, remember to breathe. I mean, seriously, wedding planning is stressful. If you don't remember to take a second for yourself, you'll go insane. Trust me, you will. So just breathe. Let things happen as they come. Try not to lash out or freak out or any of that. It's probably not your best bet. Trust me. All right, number 10. Try not to take it all on yourself, accept help, and choose people who will be willing to do just that. So for me personally, I have been doing most of this planning myself, and I would appreciate help. I need help, but let's be real. Most men that women are getting engaged to, they can try to help, but the whole organizing thing, they might just hinder instead of trying to help. So, sometimes a lot of people don't want to ask for it because they're afraid that they won't be done right or you're inconveniencing people. So maybe if you're a friend of somebody who's getting married, reach out and try to help. I mean, it's a really stressful thing, and this is supposed to be like the best time of your life. So it's really important to be there for people that are planning a wedding. Number 11, plan accordingly and don't crunch it at all. Do things ahead of time if you can. Do not be like, oh, I'll do it eventually, or I'll put it off. And then 3 months before, you forgot to plan, and now you have to plan a whole wedding in 3 months. It's just not going to happen. Sorry. Number 12, be smart with your money. So some people, sure, you can get away with saying, oh, I'll just pay for that. I'll pay somebody to do that, blah, blah. But, if you do some serious research, and serious meaning even if you put in 10 minutes of research online, I'm sure you can find a better option money-wise. Like, that's smart and beautiful. Same as like buying a house. You know, I bought a house over the summer and it took a while to find the perfect home. And in order to do that, you have to take time, research, and find something that's in your price range for exactly what you're looking for, and I guarantee you'll find it. Now, 13 is really important. A lot of people, I can incorporate this with not listening to other people's opinions. Make sure that your wedding defines who you are. What I mean by this is take a second, step back, and think, what are things that you think of when you think of a wedding? What's your ideal wedding like? What kind of colors are your favorite? What is a color that looks great on you? What's something that would complement your personality? I chose a lavender color with like a cream accent, and I'm gonna do like a rustic nature theme, because my whole life, my mom always told me I'm her flower child, and I kind of feel it a little bit, like it's something that's come with me my whole life, and I just think it's important to include childhood and memories into all of it. So I'm doing like a lavender fairy type feel, and that's just me. So make sure that what your wedding is defines who you are and not other people. 14, this goes along with your checklist. I know I had said this before, but when you, if you send out RSVPs and you want them to respond to you because you want to know who's coming, as you get your RSVPs in, write down a list of everybody's names that are invited to your wedding. And as you get the RSVPs in the mail, highlight their names off so you know who sent the RSVPs back to you and who you need to contact that hasn't sent them back. And then for the last tip, do not compare yourself to other people. Do not compare yourself to people that might be going away for a destination wedding and they claim that they're a lot less stressed. Everybody's different, and you want to enjoy that experience the way that you want it. That might not be your choice. You might want a day that's all about you. You might want to not make your family pay for a destination wedding because that's just not you, or you want everyone there, all your friends and family, and doing a destination, you cannot do that. So don't compare yourself to other people that have been engaged for years and they're just not doing it. And then you think like, are you crazy for it or whatever? Don't do that. Don't compare yourself to other weddings, especially like people that might have had the RSVP plus ones, people that might have had better this, better that. Who cares? You know, if you can't afford to have a bar, you can't afford to have this or that, it's you. It's authentically going to be you. It's going to be about you and your partner getting married on that day. So whatever happens, it's always about what the two of you want. Remember that. I just wanted to make a video kind of sharing a little bit of tips for me personally, since I am planning this, and I think that it's important for people that might be in the same position as me to have those couple of tips. If you have any questions, just ask in the comments below, or feel free to message me as well. And I will include in the bio below ways to get a hold of me. So thanks so much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you all soon.